because my whole life I have turned to food for so many reasons. Sorry. Like, I am definitely an emotional eater for sure. Like, most people are, especially people who are bigger.
What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today we are going to be talking about Amberlynn Reid. Recently there has been a lot of what I like to call the semaglutide situation. There has been a lot of updates regarding that. So if you're not familiar, Amberlynn Reid has been taking semaglutide. I think the last video that I did where I was talking about Amberlynn Reid, we were kind of talking about her video where she was talking about how, the semaglutide has been helping her a ton and how, it's hard for her to even eat right now and how she's worried that she's never hungry, and that's been really worrying her a lot. Recently, she has uploaded a couple videos kind of talking a little bit more about this whole semaglutide stuff and about some issues that have come about because of that. And so I've had a few people ask me to talk about it. So that's what we are going to be doing today. This is the first video here that we are going to be talking about, and it's titled, Not Able to Increase My Semaglutide Dose, Target Grocery Haul and Food Aversion Vlog. And so we're just going to talk about this little middle portion here where she's talking about the semaglutide stuff.
Semaglutide story is something that's like a really big thing in my life right now. So 2 days ago when I took my 5th semaglutide shot, I was supposed to increase my dose. So I was supposed to double the dose that I took for the first 4 weeks. Because what happens is your body gets used to these things. Your body gets used to Ozempic, it gets used to the semaglutide, whatever injection you're using. So usually it's week 5, you increase that dose, but I wasn't allowed to. And the reason why is the section that I can't yet say. But when I can tell you guys the reason why I wasn't able to increase it, you guys will definitely understand, and I will be telling you guys soon. There's just some T's I gotta cross and some I's I gotta dot, and then you guys will know. And it's actually a really exciting reason, so it's gonna be worth it.
So this is really interesting because we know the reason, and it was, which we'll get into in the next video, but it's not a huge deal. And from what I understand, at least where she was in this moment, what she thought was going to be happening, she'd be working with this company that was going to help her and basically make it to where she would have enough semaglutide and stuff that she wouldn't have to worry about it, right? And so I don't understand why you would be so stressed out about this in this video if you, at least in your head, thought that you knew that you would be going and being able to get all the semaglutide you basically wanted, right? And so I do think part of this is, Amberlynn Reid, she's been a YouTuber for a long time. She knows if she titles it, Not Able to Increase My Semaglutide Dose, something about weight loss, that's going to get more clicks on the channel. So I think that's kind of a big part of it. And then just kind of playing that up for the camera, right?
But the issue is I'm not gonna be able to increase my dose for 4 more weeks. And that scares me, and I feel emotional about it because I'm sitting here and I've been thinking about food all day long. So the shot that I had on Saturday, obviously, I'm not really feeling it. And it scares me, but I know that it's gonna be worth it. But I'm just like afraid of feeling this for 4 more weeks. Like, I don't wanna feel this way.
And so I think the issue here that I see is that while these drugs, and I am someone that I think that semaglutide and Ozempic and all of these different medications can be really, really helpful and genuinely life-changing for some people. And so I hope people don't feel that I'm like anti them, but I also am like pro being smart about the decisions that you're making. And like the issue that I see, and I think a lot of other people saw in the comments, is that like putting too much stock and like basically like faith in these medications, not even just that, but then also taking all accountability and ownership and feeling like you cannot do it without the medications. And I just feel like that's dangerous. I hate that is the narrative that ends up getting pushed for a lot of people. They feel that it is genuinely like basically impossible for them to lose weight or maintain this weight loss if they are not on these medications. And I just feel like that's dangerous moving forward. And I feel like that's really what's happening with Amberlynn here. Like, I understand these medications are really, really helpful, but you should be doing work on yourself and trying to, work on those different food aversions or different food issues that you might have in conjunction, in tandem with these medications, right?
Like, I very much have been so grateful for semaglutide. It has taken away food noise, and food noise is very much just like, the constant thinking of food. Like, what am I gonna eat next? Oh my God, I'm hungry. I want something sweet. I want something salty. I want something crunchy. I want something hard. I don't know. Food noise is very much that. It's just like thinking about food all the time. Like, I don't like that. And semaglutide took that away from me. And now it's like, since I didn't get to increase my dose, I'm over here just like, oh my God, I'm now having to like do this on my own because I'm.
So you're not doing it on your own, right? You still are having that help. And it's like, I understand that there are physiological things that the medication does that makes quote unquote easier, just makes it able for you to deal with. But it doesn't mean that all hope is lost if you're not able to get these medications. And for me, that's what I want people to avoid. And that's why I hope that she doesn't fall into that trap, right?
I'm practically like starting over in a way. And you guys, you will know why soon, so don't worry. But I'm just kind of like expressing my fears right now because I feel like I know, like, if in a week from now I come on here and I explain to you guys, yeah, this last week was really hard because semaglutide, like, you know, I wasn't able to increase my thing, blah, blah, blah. You guys would be like, why didn't you tell us? Like, are you just lying? So I think it's very important that I be transparent and express to you guys that I'm nervous. I'm scared. I'm fearful. I have loved just the feeling of just like not wanting to eat because my whole life I have turned to food for so many reasons. Sorry. Like, I am definitely an emotional eater for sure. Like, most people are, especially people who are bigger. A lot of people turn to food when they're feeling sad or even when they're happy. A lot of people, like, it's like, congratulations or happy birthday, let's go out to eat. Happy anniversary, let's go out to eat. Food is celebrated for so many different reasons. You guys definitely get what I'm saying. So even though I have been thinking about food majority of today, I still have been on track. So right now it's hard to go off of like true intuition. So I'm just sort of copying what I have been doing for the last month. Just like trying to stay in that head frame and still eating the same portions and making the same choices as I have been.
I think like Amberlynn is definitely someone that overthinks and overanalyzes and overstresses out about things. But on top of that, I think that she also understands that this would have been a good title and it, you know, this stuff is good for her channel to talk about because that's what people want to see. That's what people are interested in. So I don't want to discredit the fact that maybe she was a little nervous about this, but also if she had this in her head, she thought that she would be working with this company that would make it to where she would have the semaglutide. She wouldn't have to worry about it. I don't understand why filming this and being so worried about it right in that moment.
Like, increasing my dose would have been absolutely incredible. I would have been feeling on top of the world. But right now I'm kind of just like going through the process right now. And I just have to continue staying strong because I feel so good. I am beginning to notice my weight loss a lot. At first, I really just felt it like in the way that I move or like me sitting in my mom's car, like it just feels so much better, or like my breathing or the way that I walk. Now I'm noticing certain clothing is fitting me better. I'm also noticing my face is looking smaller, and there are just like several things that I am noticing. Like my shoulders just seem like a little more in instead of like out. Like there's just like random little things, and I just want to keep my momentum up. So we need to get through this month together, and I honestly cannot wait to tell you guys what is in store. It's gonna help me a lot. Okay guys,
So that was pretty much the whole, talking about that video. And so this next video is her explaining why she wasn't able to share, why she wasn't able to go on a higher dose.
Okay, you guys, let's literally talk about this whole semaglutide, why I wasn't able to increase it. I know that like rumors will be had. People will create rumors. People will speculate. People are thinking that I'm getting weight loss surgery. People are thinking that I'm getting my gallbladder taken out.
So just coming straight into this video, it's just so funny. Like she created this this question that people had, and now she's almost like upset that people were asking questions and speculating why. It's like, if you didn't want people speculating, just don't bring it up, right? That's like the easiest answer there. So it's just funny being like, so many people are speculating about why, when you made it, like you talked about it for so long in that previous video. So like, of course people are going to be curious because you know that a good amount of your fan base or the people that watch your videos are curious about this. This is a big deal right now. And so like, that was like a huge portion of your video was you talking about this. So of course people are going to be curious as to why it happened. You were so cryptic about it, right?
People are thinking that insurance now wants to cover my semaglutide. None of that is the reasons at all. So what happened was a telehealth company, like a credible telehealth company, a very popular one that has doctors and people to help like with your weight, like actual weight loss doctors, the whole nine. They contacted me and they wanted to sponsor me to be an advocate for their company. So I was going to actually start doing semaglutide through their company while being an advocate for them here on my channel. So the semaglutide is actually from the exact same pharmacy that I already get mine from. So I knew it was credible because there is a lot of companies making fake Ozempic, fake semaglutide, and that's something that you need to very much pay attention to because
that is true. Something that you should be definitely wary of, like going to these random med spas and getting it. Like you have to be careful for sure.
That is scary. Anyways, this is like a well-known, amazing company, and I was actually going to be working with them. All my I's were dotted, all my T's were crossed. I even filmed my first video of like introducing this whole thing to my channel. I do want to tell you guys something super exciting. This is actually the reason why I wasn't able to increase my semaglutide dose. I'm like so excited. Oh my God, this is gonna like change my life and maybe some of y'all's life too. So a credible company reached out to me. They reached out to me because they saw.
So I just think that this is funny. I'm not saying that she's not telling the truth because I mean, I don't know. But I find it to be very funny if this is the video where you're announcing this sponsorship with this company to just call them a credible company instead of just using their name. And so I don't know, maybe that's like in their terms of service. Like if you're sponsored by them, you have to make sure you claim that they're a credible company. But I just find it strange as someone that has done, you know, a good amount of sponsorships in my 10 years on YouTube, right? Like, it's just very strange to say that instead of the name of the company. Normally, all companies are very much so like, we want you to say our name a bunch of times. We want the logo on the screen. Like they're very particular about the things that they want. And so I just find it very strange that she said a credible company. It's just, I don't know. Again, that's just my observation.
How well I was doing on semaglutide, and they wanted me to be an advocate for their company. Anyways, you guys get the point. This clip is actually like 7 minutes long, but there's really no need to watch the whole thing. That I was going to be working with this company and I was super excited. Like this was going to be really good for me. It was going to help you guys because you guys, so many people have contacted me saying that they want to go on semaglutide, and it's like, I wanted to help some of you be able to do that. But then
with that, I honestly don't. I would not be surprised about that. I would not be surprised if there are plenty of people that are watching Amberlynn Reid, regardless of if they honestly enjoy her content or they hate watch or whatever. I'm sure there's plenty of people that are, I don't know, maybe not jealous, but they see the position that she's in and able to get these medications, and they wish that they were in that position, right? So I actually would not be surprised because it's such a hot topic. So many people are talking about it now. So many people like want to get on these medications. I wouldn't be surprised for a second if that actually is happening quite a bit in her DMs and stuff, to be completely honest. So like a partnership, honestly, if this was a genuinely credible company, like it makes sense regardless of how, whatever you might think about that. But like, I could see that being something that would make sense for Amberlynn to actually work with a company like this, right? That's just how I feel.
And I had this weird like feeling in my gut, and I started doing research, and in YouTube's terms of service, it literally says that you cannot promote pharmaceutical drugs. Semaglutide is very much that. I am able to sit here and talk about my journey all day long, but I can't have links at the bottom of my channel directing you guys to go get pharmaceutical drugs. It's not.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure that that's the truth. And I mean, there's even been like different like fitness YouTubers that had like basically links to like steroids or like SARMs, legit drugs that got into trouble for this. So I don't know how strict YouTube is. But I guess I can understand why she would be worried about that. For me, I'm just surprised that maybe she didn't try to be like, okay, well, maybe I can promote. I even saw comments about this, right? Maybe I can promote it on like YouTube or TikTok or Instagram or just my other social medias, and maybe just leave YouTube out of it. I don't know. Maybe she tried that and they weren't interested. But I mean, I feel like that would be a solid option for her to do. Yeah.
Not allowed. It's against YouTube's terms of service. And that freaked me out. And I felt really bad because I had already signed the agreement / contract to work with this company. Like everything was perfect. Like I's were dot, T's were crossed. I was so excited to do this, but I had to message the company and be like, I can't do it just for like the longevity of my channel. Like I cannot risk the chance of losing my channel. Like this is my career, this is my job, this is my livelihood. And it was going to be an amazing opportunity for me. Like I have been requested to do so many sponsorships. I've literally been on YouTube for 11 years. I think like the sponsorships definitely started coming in, I would say around 6 years ago. And I've never done any. I have just declined all of them. But this is one that
I don't know. I feel like I've seen something that was sponsored. I could be wrong though, but regardless, I don't know. It's just like, okay.
wanted to take and was going to take and was going to do it. I made the first video for it and I was like, I can't do it. Like I cannot risk it. I didn't really want to talk about it because like, I feel like not really a failure per se, but it just like really sucks that I wasn't able to do it because I felt like it was the wrong thing to do. And it literally says, like, I have it pulled up on my laptop right now. It literally is underneath healthcare and medicines on the support.google.com. So something I was really excited for. And to be a part of that company, I was going to have to start the process of semaglutide over because they actually prescribed me the starting dose of semaglutide. Obviously, I literally have it in my fridge. Like I was ready to do it, ready to rumble. But I just realized I can't do it. It definitely sucks big time. And a lot of people were also thinking that like I was trying to make excuses for why I was going to stop it. No, actually the complete opposite. I was ready to be an advocate for an amazing company and I had to turn it down.
So that's the reasoning for it. So at the end of the day, like, is this the biggest deal in the world? No, right? I think that hopefully if Amberlynn Reid learns anything from this, it's like, you know, don't talk about stuff until it is all signed and you are ready to go, because then you have to do something like this, regardless of if this actually happened or not. I know there's a lot of speculation, but I just think it's interesting that the thing that I thought was interesting from the get-go when I first watched these videos is just I don't want to say over-reliance, but just like that feeling of complete, like you have no control and you, like if you're not able to get these upages and doses, like you have nothing, there's nothing you can do, and that it's all for nothing and it's all lost, right? And that just kind of makes me sad. And it just makes me sad to see someone feel like they have no control over things. Again, I know that this is Amberlynn Reid, and I know a lot of people just don't believe anything that she says, and you know, whatever. Regardless, you know, I'm going to take it for face value and kind of just talk about what I see, because I think that a whole video of me saying, I don't believe that, I don't believe that, is not very entertaining to watch, but doesn't really add anything to the conversation as well. And so, you know, these are the things that Amberlynn goes through. While they might be like a little over the top and it's not exactly what other people are dealing with, I do find similarities with a lot of things that other people in real life might be dealing with. Maybe not to the extent, and obviously not to the same level as Amberlynn. I think that that's one of the biggest issues that a lot of people have, is that there's always a reason why this thing didn't work that has nothing to do with Amberlynn. And I think that that can get frustrating for people after they've been watching for a good amount of time, but that's a whole nother video. But I just wanted to say I'm genuinely curious what y'all think down in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.